Hi, this is Dawnafe Whitesinger, Navajo County Supervisor for District 5. And today I'm coming to you with a wrap-up of our Board of Supervisors meeting from November 8th. And I'll just start at the top, and again, as a first reminder, that all of these items can be found on our Board of Supervisors webpage, or the Navajo County webpage. And the great thing is that every item that's on the agenda, generally there are documents that are provided with them. So if you want to look at the specifics, you can go right to the webpage and you can find the documents associated with our agenda. So we had a consent agenda and we had several items. There was nothing that stood out. It was all kind of your regular items, such as we had a constable's report and we had the minutes. So those are some of the things that you see in the consent agenda. And the next item was the regular agenda from the Navajo County Public Health Services District. This item was approved. It was federal funding to expand COVID-19 projects. So we look forward to be able to see those particular projects hit the ground. We had administrative services, and during our administrative services, we had the Personnel Service Awards, and we recognized Beverly Blosser from the Public Fiduciary's Office, who has worked for our organization for 5 years. Jose Lerma in the Recorder's Office, he has also worked for the organization for 5 years. And Robert Edwards from the County Attorney's Office, who has dedicated 20 years of service to Navajo County. Thank you and congratulations to all of them. We had several items in the Board of Equalization. I think, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 separate items that we reviewed, and there was a petition for change within those particular Board of Equalization items. All of those items can be found on the website again, so if you want to look at the specifics on what those were. The Board of Supervisors, we also had, under the Board of Supervisors portion of the agenda, we had consideration of proclamation declaring November as Native American Heritage Month, and we were lucky and fortunate enough to have a guest join us today, Destiny Kisei, Miss White Mountain Apache Queen, and she presented that item, and the Board of Supervisors passed that item. So thank you to her, and we certainly appreciate all of our tribal communities who work to serve our local communities and the tribal members within them. So thank you. Public hearing, we had a public hearing consideration of resolution number 36-2022. And this was specific for the White Mountain Lakes County Recreation Improvement District and creating a separate district. And this item was approved, and certainly we appreciate all of the work of Representative Blackman, Supervisor Whiting, Brant Clark, Melissa Buckley, Glenn Kephart, and Rochelle Okapa, and many others who worked to make sure that that was a successful endeavor, and working with our state legislatures and also helping the community transition to be able to create that board. So thank you to all of them. We had a presentation and request for an expansion of the continuation of a current contract with Mutual Link Incorporated. This particular item was presented by the Sheriff's Office, and we had Sheriff Klaus present as well as Lieutenant Whipple. This item is exciting as it is a software program that will be available to most of our school districts throughout Navajo County. This will include 11 school districts, and I'm not quite sure of the impact of how many schools that will be, including all the way from Navajo Nation down to the White Mountain Apache tribe. So we're grateful for that investment. What it does is it allows first responders to be able to get information quickly if there is an emergency situation on school campuses, and it allows for first responders to be able to be there and provide specific support. Maybe it's in a radius of, I think of like Blue Ridge School District, so Sholo and surrounding public community officers can be able to respond. So we're grateful to the Sheriff's Office and his work in helping our communities and our schools be more safe. So thank you. We had an item in Public Works, consideration of a purchase of a 10-wheel dump truck. This item was approved, and so we certainly appreciate Public Works. One of the things about this particular dump truck is it will also have a snow plow and cinder spreader. So these things are always important to be able to help our communities in needing to be plowed during the upcoming snow season. And thank you to Public Works and all of their work in helping have safe driveways or safe pathways for us to drive. So thank you so much. Item number 10, administrative services. We went into executive session. The item on the executive session was a notice of claim submitted by Riggs Law Firm and McCauley Construction Incorporated. These items, there was a recommendation that was made, and the recommendation was approved. So the last item on the agenda is a county business update. And during the county business update, the county supervisors, the county attorney, and the county manager all give a brief update of some of the things that are happening in their district, or they may talk about particular projects or have a specific message. Today, the interesting thing was that everybody talked about the importance of today itself, November 8th, and being an election day, and the importance of being in living in the nation that we do and our responsibility as voters. So if you haven't voted yet, make sure you go out to the polls. The polls close at 7 o'clock today. We certainly want to make sure that we send our gratitude to all of the volunteers who work during Election Day, and that they serve our polls to make sure that each of us gets the opportunity to vote. So thank you to them who are working all the way from South County all the way to North County. So thank you to them. And if you haven't voted, make sure you go out to the polls and vote today. And thank you for joining me, and we will see you at the next wrap-up.